When my mom finally received her new heart, it was so joyous and full of celebration. It truly was a beautiful gift from God. And we thought in those moments that all the waiting was over, the years of prayer and waiting and longing for redemption to enter into her life and our story. We thought it was all finished. But the reality was there was still more waiting to do. Slowly, what we began to find out was that just because she had a new heart didn't mean that her body was going to accept it. There was a chance that her body may recognize this new entity inside her heart, reject it, and she would still pass away. And what this did was it invited us into a new season of waiting. Every minute, every day, we had to wait, anticipate, long for, and see if her body would receive the new gift of the heart that was in her body. You see, when we thought our long period of Advent had ended, it actually had just evolved. It evolved from one 10-year period waiting for a new heart to the milliseconds between each and every heartbeat. With every heartbeat, we had to wait yet again for another. On average, we were experiencing 100,000 miniature seasons of Advent every single day, waiting and longing for just one more heartbeat, confirming that hope was still in our story. And this, my friends, was the Advent that we were invited into for the rest of her life. A constant waiting and looking for hope in every single moment. You know, in this new season, it would have been foolish for us to wait and long for a new heart. The new heart had already come. What we were simply waiting for was one more heartbeat. This is what we actually needed, and yet many during the Christmas and Advent season, throughout much of our spiritual life, we're operating from this heart transplant posture, waiting, longing for, hoping, and praying for that which has already come. We already had a new heart. How many of us are praying for a new heart? We already have. Too often we're plagued with this idea that Christ is absent and far away. We're plagued with this fear that Christ is absent from our schools and our families and society, and we're praying and longing that He would interject and intersect with our lives when He already has. It's as if many of us are praying for a heart transplant when the new heart has already been delivered. You see, my friends, Advent for us now is not some anticipation for a grand arrival. The grand arrival already happened. What Advent is for us now is a constant waiting for the constant arrival of the divine into our story. My friends, this image of God coming from the heavens to enter into our story is not reserved for one singular moment or one singular remembrance throughout the year, but rather it's reserved for every single moment of our story. For my family, having to wait for one more heartbeat, what this new season of Advent taught us was it taught us how to wait and long for and look for the divine entering into our story in between every single heartbeat. We were waiting for God to arrive in our story many, many times all throughout each and every day. God is being birthed inside of us in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every moment of our existence. The peace of God being birthed into our life is as near as every heartbeat. Advent is a heartbeat. And so, may we be invited into this rhythm where Christ is forever being born into our story.